We're live. Garage Goons, welcome back. It's been a while, guys. It's the most show on YouTube, and today we have the reigning, defending 2020/2021 season champion of my fantasy league that I have been in for over a decade. Max Howard.
Thank you. I love to come into a presentation like that. I'd like to thank Tyler for having me on the show, the most trash show on YouTube. There is somebody that looks at fans, and if you see me, I'm ragging on him every week, saying what a garbage show it is.
Need more interaction, guys.
Somebody needed to come on here and just tell him, look, it's garbage.
It is. It is trash. I've been told many times I should clear out the back of my garage and make it look cooler. Maybe not look so.
I'd love to leave that comment.
Yeah. I'm giving him ammunition right now. But dude, I want to jump before we get into like fantasy shit. How good was that first game on Thursday night? Maybe it's recency bias, but that's honestly like maybe the best season opener I can remember ever.
The Raider game.
No.
The Raider-Raven game. Oh, no.
No, the opener.
No.
Tampa
Bay Cowboys. That was, you know what? For whatever reason, Jerry Jones was holding out on the Dak Prescott, and I don't want to be a bandwagon Dak Prescott, but Jerry Jones wants to hold out on a contract for him, and it's very obvious. We never win games. He only has 550 yards and 4 touchdowns and blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, well, what more can you do?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, I think, too, is that these owners, they see Aaron Rodgers, they see Pat Mahomes, they see Josh Allen, and they think, well, those guys get paid all the money, and they deserve it, and I don't have that, so I shouldn't pay. But it's like supply and demand. Those guys come around like once every 10 years. So if you have the next tier down, there's nothing wrong with that. You can win multiple Super Bowls. You don't have to have the guy that's just Mr. Highlight Reel every week. And so they try to lowball him all the time.
The arm talent in the league is exceptional. I think if you put somebody like Dak Prescott next to whatever you would call a Donovan McNabb almost, maybe not quite the like dynamic ability, but
not the
like
scrambler,
maybe a pocket passing Donovan McNabb, and everyone always says they want a pocket passer, so why not Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I mean he's fairly mobile. I think he's what the Chicago Bears wish Mitch Trubisky was. I think Dak is like who Chicago thought they were drafting when they were drafting Mitch Trubisky, like mobile enough to extend plays, and every now and then if they just forget about him, he like can go and take it, tuck it. But that's not his deal. He's just got a huge arm, really good accuracy, actually.
So what's the knock on Dak Prescott?
I don't know. I think for one, I think it's that he wasn't drafted to be the inherent like starting quarterback. Like if you remember
mental health issues,
right? Well,
kind of a Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Not to laugh on it, but it's.
I mean, he got the job because Romo got hurt, right? And then he was just supposed to be a backup, and then he balled out.
But what's Romo? A step above Alex Smith? Like maybe.
I don't know. I feel like
Romo
had a couple of really nice years.
Yeah, but when did he ever do? Yeah. Alex Smith, I've got to believe, got to the championship game, not the Super Bowl, but the AFC or NFC, depending if he was with the Chiefs or
the Niners.
I
don't know. I think he was. I would say Romo in his heyday was a step above Alex Smith, but that's tough. I just think that a lot of times when you don't spend a first round draft pick on a quarterback, those guys like Brady still to this day has a chip on his shoulder because he went so late, because he wasn't like he was just passed up on. So I think a lot of times when these guys stumble on gold, you literally have to force the issue. Like Russell Wilson, for example, what was his name? Fucking Matt something they paid him $1 zillion in Seattle.
Oh, Schwab, not Schwab. That was the punter.
I don't have
He
my.
had a brother. They were brothers. The guy in Seattle prior to the white guy.
He got all kinds of money. I can't remember the damn name, but he went in Seattle. They paid him big bucks because he had like 4 solid games, and then Russell Wilson comes into camp, 3rd round draft pick, and just kills him. And then they have to ship him. God.
Yeah, but that's when you can get a Russell Wilson in the 3rd round because that was up and coming. Russell Wilson is a better Kyler Murray, probably, unless Kyler Murray, who knows? You know, he might be the Mookie Betts of the NFL. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to say for now that Russell Wilson is the better Kyler Murray. And what did Kyler Murray go first overall?
Oh, man. I think so. I think they took him first. He was up there. I don't have any of the facts. And guys, we don't have any facts in front of us. My phone's on the fridge, so I can't even verify any of this. So this is like ultimate bullshitting time right now.
Yeah, so
feel free to roast in the comments. So from a fantasy perspective, my boy Aaron Rodgers, dude, he let me down so hard in 2 of my 3 leagues. And
do you have Aaron Jones in our league as well?
Yeah.
See, that's the combo that won me the championship last year. Everyone wants to say Aaron Jones, no good. Aaron Rodgers, no good. I got them both late. I'm not going to say it was strategy. It was, here's 2 Green Bay players. Take them late. Aaron Rodgers, everyone's thinking last year's going to be a down year. And he just takes advantage of a prime situation. He's in the NFC North where the Bears suck, the Lions suck. What's he gonna do? Go, have a good record and throw for exorbitant amounts of yards.
Yeah. So I think I honestly. Oh, so do you think after seeing that game, are you ready to press the big red button? Do you think he's about to hit a wall? He's driving that Ferrari 100 miles an hour and he didn't see the cliff coming? Or do you think maybe he's holding out? He obviously has a problem with some of the bean counters in the office with the clipboards and the computers and all the nerds up there that the GM and all that. Do you think him just not going to camp and not practicing at all has anything to do with it? Or do you think Aaron Rodgers literally had his MVP season and now he's starting to hit the decline?
I think that we're in Simi Valley. Shailene Woodley was 1 year ahead of me. I'm 28 years old. She's probably 28 years old as well. Aaron Rodgers has a man bun. He's got a man bun. It's a slicked back man bun. He's not. Okay. He's looking for TV time. Whatever kind of drama he can drum up. He's never had the fire. If it comes to him, it comes to him. He's from California. I'm the same way.
I don't know.
We're relaxed. That's how it goes. If it comes to him, it comes to him. He might not have that burn in his belly to do it. He's with Shailene Woodley. She's my age, and he looks older than Tom Brady. That's the meme. That's the hot stuff on Instagram and stuff today is that Tom Brady's 10 years older and looks 10 years younger.
Hey, Aaron, if you ever stumble upon this video, man, just for men, scrub it in while you're in the shower, get it in there, just a little bit, a little salt and pepper, because you're like, I don't know what happened.
Look at that, buddy. That's Clay Matthews, and there's no head and shoulders there.
Yeah, and clean shave that stuff, man, because you look like I want to give you change right now, and I know you have a whole lot more money than I do, but. Okay, well, so that's one thing. So you think he just wakes up in silk pajamas? He's like, I'm a made man. I already got my money. The Super Bowl's already happened.
He's from California. I want to give an anecdote just because I want to find a way to work this in. He's from Northern California. I was at the gas station today, and this guy pulls up in a decked out Camaro SR5. Is that a real... Is that what
I have no idea.
It was the cleanest, most polished looking SR5 I've ever seen. He walks out, pulls up his shirt, goes, I got shot in the belly in the bay. And I was like, oh man. And then he goes, "You heard that music bumping?" And I was like, "What does this mean?" Like, I heard I did. And he goes, "It's different up there. It's different. I'm not rich. I'm not rich." And I was like, and then he goes, "My parents just had a $100 million estate." And I was like, "That's rich." And then he told me about how crazy it is. But anyways, Aaron Rodgers is from California. Whether you're from the Bay, where it's apparently insane, or you're from Southern California, San Diego, whatever, you have a different mindset. Once you're made, you're made. He has a Super Bowl, and I don't think that he's looking for anything else.
I can't get behind that, man. I feel like there's been plenty of guys that are from California, and I think we produce more divas, but like Keyshawn Johnson was super hungry when he got his Super Bowl ring. Like SC has produced guys like Troy Polamalu, who's from here, that I don't know. I guess quarterback is a luxury position, so I think if you're just naturally talented the way he is, which I'm sure he also had to work for it, but like he just came in slinging them. Like as soon as he started, they're like, "Oh shit!"
And talking about a chip on your shoulder too.
I think he bounces back, man. I think the dump he lays on the Lions this
might
week
be wishful thinking.
Epic proportions.
Wishful thinking.
Bet the house on it, guys. This is not gambling advice.
Wishful
but bet
thinking.
the house on it.
He also bet on Gronkowski, who I said was, what are you doing there? And he proved me wrong there. So,
well, you know what?
So far,
my thinking on that is any part of the Tampa Bay offense, I'm willing to take a shot on. I think there's
apparently
3 offenses in the league that I feel like you just really can't miss on.
What about the running backs there? Who do they have? Fournette. Is Rojo there, or did he go?
Rojo is there, but he was right in the hard part, man. Yeah, he was trash, and then they benched him. And my sleeper pick, one of my sleeper picks, even though I'm gonna drop him in waivers, but guys, if you're in a super deep league and it's just scraps out there, I'm not telling you shit. But Giovanni Bernard is a pass catching third down kind of back.
Okay.
That's what they're using Leonard Fournette for before, but now that Leonard is the guy.
Shout out to Ronald.
Yeah, Ronald Jones, bro.
Ronald,
call your agent.
Ronaldinho,
yeah.
Bought Andrew.
Call your agent, man, because you're on your way out. Yeah, that was not a good look for you, and Fournette just stole the show, like, right away.
Did Fournette do anything either?
Oh, yeah, man.
He did?
Oh, he had a big game.
I wasn't watching that at all then.
Yeah.
You know what? I turned it off with about 8 to 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, and I think that's when it turned into the best part of the game. So
oh my god!
Yes, I'm coming in with it, and I watched every second of it up until then, and then I had to turn it off. But I had assumed at that point the Patriots were ahead. I said they're not going to lose, so they won anyways. It's almost the same thing, even though it was an all-time great game.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
No, it was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's been COVID, and then there was like the NFLPA strike a couple years ago where we didn't know if we were going to get 16 games. But like, I just remember the last few years of football starting really trash. And like by week 4, you saw the teams kind of like warming up into full form, and you were literally watching them basically play themselves into, I don't know if it's football shape, if you want to call it, if you want to call it like muscle memory or whatever you want to call it, into form, right? And I just got used to that. I just got used to seeing awful like 14-12 final score first week games. And while the Cowboys defense, you guys got some work to do.
Again.
But the offense, for Dak being out that, man, both sides of the ball were clicking. That was a great game to watch. How about your Raiders, though, man?
I want to give credit to you coming through with that and pointing out that, it does seem like for many years you just you don't even have to watch the full game because one side or the other is ready to play and the other side's not. And really every game that I had a chance to see, everyone was at least bringing their game. Maybe not the Jaguars. They look like a college team with college players. They might as well pull Tebow back on and just call it Ohio State Senior, but whatever. Try and prove me wrong, I hope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That O-line over there needs work.
That's where it starts, right? The O-line and
absolutely. I mean, the good teams figure it out. The ones that are just repetitively bad think, oh, Control Alt Delete, wipe the hard drive, get a brand new quarterback. We'll try it again. That's what Cleveland did for so many years, and then they finally figured out, why don't we just, if a guy is a little bit underwhelming, he's not terrible. We'll just get O-line around him. We'll get running backs. We'll help him out in every single way he can so he can progress in a natural way, because not everyone's built like Kyler Murray where they can run, or Lamar Jackson, all over the field and buy themselves time. You got a guy like Trevor Lawrence. I know he can. We saw him run in college, but
how about Joe Burrow as well?
Joe Burrow as well. He was getting murdered last year, and you saw how that resulted. I mean, he was doing good early, because he is pretty mobile.
The most I've seen of Joe Burrow was the national championship game they won, and the game previous to that. So when they started having those 4-game playoffs, they played Alabama and won in the final. And I don't know who they played. I don't like college football that much, and I don't think you do either. But I watched Joe Burrow do what they often refer to as dropping it in the bucket. Just time and time again.
He has a really good deep ball where he knows how to. A lot of guys, when they throw it, God bless his soul, and I'm still a fan, but Phillip Rivers, when he chucks it up, you're just doing this.
Yeah.
You're it's 50-50.
Hopefully the receiver
Phillip Rivers is throwing jump balls. Joe Burrows is throwing dimes that are coming just like Derek Fisher type arc on it, just dropping it there, man.
That's what I really like about him.
Yeah, no, he's really good at that. And you can win that way. Ben Roethlisberger made his money for a long time. He's never been a sling it all over the lot type of guy, but it was run the ball, and then every now and then you would see his just chunky ass shake 4 defenders, and then all of a sudden, and he just fucking bombs it to Hines Ward or something.
Refined Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Jamarcus Russell.
Speaking of the Raiders.
Hey, Jamarcus, I know you're 350 right now, man. Jacksonville's looking for linemen, so if you're trying to get back on, hey.
Okay, I like that.
Use the husk, man.
Mm-hmm.
Use what God gave you.
He looks a bit like the fighter, the heavyweight champion.
Oh, the Derek Lewis?
No, maybe not the heavy. Ogani, the guy from Africa. He used to work on
Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, Ngannou. I don't know why. Jamarcus, I hope that's a compliment. You look like Francis Ngannou.
Oh, man. You need to get in the gym if you want to look that buff, man. You look chunky, man. From what I've seen.
If Francis Ngannou grew up privileged.
Wasn't digging in those salt mines like he was when he was a kid. That's or it might have been sand. I don't remember.
Yeah, sand. Something.
Something on the Joe Rogan podcast. Anyways, on to more trash subjects. So fantasy football bounce back players for you. Who has had a rough week 1 that you think is gonna rise through the ashes like a phoenix and have big time money game this week 2?
Gosh, I'm not sure that Chase Edmonds had a bad game or anything. He's the running back 2 in Arizona, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I like him, and now that I'm looking at maybe Kenyon Drake is pretty similar back. I think he might have been in Arizona, so
they both played for Arizona last year. Yeah.
Anyway, I like Chase Edmonds on the back end. Unfortunately, I have no love for James Conner. He looks stiff. He's got heavy legs. I don't want to make a poor taste or anything, but I think he had the fan favoritism carry him through a contract, which is great for him, but he's got nothing.
I think he's just honestly a product of the Steelers running back mill. Can you think of a time where a guy that actually started multiple games for the Steelers was bad? At the running back position?
No.
I mean, friggin' D'Angelo Williams goes there at 30. He's been sharing time with what's his face in Carolina? What was it? Mark Davis or something?
Mark Davis is but someone like that.
I don't remember.
Tolbert.
Yeah, one of these fools, and they're splitting carries down the middle, and neither one of them can get over 700 yards a season. Then, meanwhile, Le'Veon Bell goes down. He takes over, and now he looks like the next Adrian Peterson. So I don't know what they got going on over there in Pittsburgh. Maybe they're passing the sauce around with the running backs. Maybe it's just how they coach their O-line. I don't know what it is, but Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing, getting those guys going. And I think he sold fool's gold a few times. He did it with the Jets when Le'Veon Bell went there. Everyone thought, the next Jesus was coming to town and looking a lot more like Judas, and now James Conner not looking too hot.
Yeah, you could just be tainted if you end up going to the Jets. It might be like the ragtag replacement squad they have going in Houston. Mm-hmm. Those guys might be good to pick up just because they feel like they're replacements and they're forgotten, so they might be worth it. Shot in the dark. Gosh, to go back to what you were saying, say what you were talking about again.
What are we talking about? Guys, this is I have no idea.
Chase Edmonds. Anyways, we'll go
Chase
to
Edmonds, running backs, fantasy football, something like that.
Okay, so anyway, it's a bit what I'm hoping is gonna happen with the Rams and their O-line is that's what I see of Darrell Henderson, is that there's a hole and he finds it. They say Darrell Henderson, but this is the other thing. Darrell Henderson can run a route. Go look at his 2020 highlights and watch his routes. He looks like he's into it. That's half of the battle, is looking like you're into it. You watch the players. As soon as you see a player that has that I'm not a part of the play, so I'm going to half-ass it, they're done. They're not a part of the NFL. That's a college thing. It might work. They'll get 75 yards and a touchdown, but if they're every single time, even if they don't, they probably don't even believe they're going to get the ball, but you see them plant their foot and turn. Watch Darrell Henderson. He's not the most agile guy, but he finds the hole and he can run a route. If you can run a route, you have a home in the NFL.
Maybe that's why Frank Gore was faking the funk for the past 5 years, because no one looks more into it than Frank Gore when he's running the ball, man. That guy is Mr. Tryhard.
Good Lord.
He's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage and just falling forward. I think let's see. Gosh. I see this is what happens when I don't have the information in front of me, but help me out. On all of my fantasy teams, best receiver on Chicago. What's his name?
Robinson.
Thank you. Robinson, I think, is my bounce back player week 2.
Okay, yeah.
And
great.
I think if you look at his target share, double digits. It was either 11 or 13. I can't remember which one because I have Diggs too. So one of those guys got 11 and the other guy got 13. Target share is huge. They played arguably the best defense in the NFL, and definitely the best corner was on him all game long.
Who played on him?
The Rams.
Because who did Humphreys play for? He played for Baltimore, and that man was animal, I believe.
Yeah, no, he
on the Rams. The guy that came from the Jaguars.
Yeah,
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
So I was watching that, and Jalen Ramsey was giving him the business, but even if you watch like D-Hop play against Jalen Ramsey in the past, Ramsey had good games against DeAndre Hopkins. So that dude is just, if he gets to just lock in on one guy and they're not moving him around trying to be all creative with him, it's tough. I've only seen
look at Jalen Ramsey and then look at Aaron Rodgers and tell me they have the same fire in their belly to play the game. Jalen Ramsey is in your face. He's into the microphone as if he's into a receiver on a route, and Aaron Rodgers is man bunned out. Let me make sure I'm steamed up. My face is puffed up out of the steam room before I come and talk to the reporters. But I'll give them 25 minutes of trash on the coach.
Hey, guys, whatever side you fall on, this is not gambling advice, but bet the house. Bet the house. Lions are gonna get steamrolled. Aaron Rodgers. This is the game. The first game was the relaxed game. Y'all got to boo him. All the Green Bay fans that want him out of there are probably screaming, punching the air right now after that game. Devontae Adams owners.
So you're punching the air. So I want to hear you on camera that Green Bay is winning.
Green Bay is not only beating Detroit. First of all, it's Detroit.
Are they in Green Bay or are they in Detroit?
I don't care. I don't know. I don't care.
If they're in Detroit, I'm taking the Lions.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Straight up, you don't want the spread?
No.
Straight up, he's saying take the Lions. Did you guys see that hot mess? The only reason why they came back is because they started playing their third string players in the fourth quarter.
I am telling you right now that the Lions win this game 27-19.
Mark it down, guys. Aaron Rodgers, 350
Lions.
all-purpose yards.
All-purpose,
throwing and running.
He's running
and
routes.
3 TDs, guys. Mark it down. You're going to have a 30-burger minimum on your fantasy. I don't know how your scoring set up, but 30-burger minimum. Mark it down. That's the most trash show on YouTube stamp of approval. I have my Derwin James jersey on, which gives me automatic credibility. And just mark that down. Take your mortgage out on it. Go to Golden Nugget in Vegas, whatever the sports book that will take the most amount of cash. Slam it on the table. Aaron Rodgers to take a shit on the Lions this weekend. Mark it down, and we will find out who's right.
Is Melvin Ingram that is on Pittsburgh? Is that the Melvin Ingram from the Chargers?
I believe so. Yeah, he's the other.
Wasn't he an animal?
Opposite? Yeah. Oh yeah. He got hurt last year.
Yeah. And how did he make his way over to Pittsburgh?
He wanted a lot of money, and we paid Bosa. And then we also had a young, I can't remember the dude's name, but a young rookie end that was kind of getting subbed in. When Bosa and Ingram both got hurt, can't remember the dude's name, but respectable, something like 8-9 sacks as a rookie, you know. So we're like, hey,
that was last year.
Yes, yeah. So I think they just cut bait on that, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with my Chargers, to be honest. I know it was against a backup quarterback and then a backup of a backup. Team, right? Yeah, the football team. But guys, that defense is for real. Besides the Rams,
you can make looking very Chargers-like.
Oh well, yeah, but the other side of the coin, that was Charger game script to a T. It comes down to the fourth quarter. We're behind. Phillip Rivers drives the ball down the field. We're on the 2-yard line. Fumble.
Herbert.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's the old game script. Now I feel like it's the opposite. Whereas you need
Herbert's a closer.
That's what I'm saying. Phillip Rivers gives you the false hope every time.
This is what I wanted to tie in earlier when we lost our point, was that you were talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers line and how the running backs there succeed no matter what. For whatever reason, people place a lot of faith in the culture and the historical presence of football teams. And so when people reference that Baltimore and the Steelers are two of the toughest teams in the league, you just expect that the Steelers are going to have a tough team. And the toughness starts, I don't care if a receiver is a diva. You got Terrell Owens, whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. The Steelers have a toughness, and then anyway.
I think so too, and I think it's easy. If you look at those two franchises as well, the coach overturn throughout the league, well, besides maybe Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll, you look around the league, there's new faces everywhere. Yeah, Mike Tomlin's been there for decades. Before him, it was Bill Cowher there for decades. And then you have Harbaugh in Baltimore. And I can't remember who was there before him, but like they
don't remember either. He's been there.
Yeah, they instill cultures and they stick with it. So guys are able to permeate their belief system and, hey, we're going to hit you in the mouth type of stuff instead of, guys coming in there, just doing the rah-rah craziness, if you guys remember Mike Singletary coaching the Niners, going all crazy, pulling his pants down in press conferences, trying to instill, hey, we're the crazy guys. We're the woo, look at us, and there's a lot of coaches that really try to, a lot of stuff just takes time. So whenever you, and also you have to get a good one too, right? But whenever you get a good one, you hold on to them, it's able to instill a culture in the team. And I think with Cower, he installed the nasty defense, mess you up, destroy you, and then that carried over into now Tomlin, who is coaching every year a top 5 running back for some reason, so
a top 5 running back, a top 10 team in the league
every year.
Almost.
He doesn't go
playoffs.
Below 500.
Yeah. So kudos to Tomlin and the culture in Pittsburgh.
But yeah, you're saying the culture in San Diego is to shit the bed. That's what you're. Listen, I'm not in disagree. I have said it over and over again. The Chargers are the worst team to be a fan of, not because they're bad, because they will give you false hope every single time. You can't just walk away and win a game comfortably. We could play the JV high school team. We'll come down to a 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter, and it's a coin flip game. And what
do you do if you're against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? You lose.
Well, yeah,
Justin Herbert is a winner, and
I think so too.
He could overcome that. I just would like to provide that there is verifiable fact that at one point I wanted the Raiders to draft Tua Tagovailoa, and Tyler said, you guys are going to get stuck with Herbert. That's what you do. Tyler was a big hater of Herbert.
Yeah. I was team tank for Tua. I started the tank for Tua chant in my little section when I watched the 2019 Chargers play the Vikings, and everyone was shitting on me in the Carson Galaxy soccer team stadium that we used to play in, which I personally think we shouldn't have left because we weren't selling that one out, but at least it felt like a home game when we were there. But anyways,
you guys might start selling out games though.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Well, the tickets are out.
The tickets are out of control. The prices for it. Oh yeah.
So they're not selling out their games.
I don't know.
They're
That's
trying
a good
to
question.
make up like everyone else. They say that there's inflation, but at the same time, I feel like it's just people taking advantage of everyone having more money. I went to the grocery store and they pointed out the cereal is all like 20% more. So surprising.
Yeah, I know.
Cereal.
Well, yeah, I think. Well, it's also the most expensive stadium in the NFL history. It costs $5 billion to build. So they have to kind of recoup some of that.
Don't gouge the lower class because find another way.
Someone's got to pay for it.
Well, who is it? Kroenke?
Stan Kroenke? Yeah.
Yeah, but who's the owner of the Chargers?
Oh, Spanos. God,
yeah, and you know what? He wants to tax the San Diego people to get now instead.
Oh man, he's the most
slimy,
whiny owner ever. Man.
Sell some more merchandise, buddy.
Yeah, how about some more marketing, man? When you go to Qualcomm and it's literally deteriorating and it's a dump and it's having to be
it is a dump.
It was a dump. And personally, I enjoyed it because that was the only place I've ever been where I could tailgate for free.
Love a dump.
But listen, guy, if you want to upgrade, you're going to have to do it out of your own pocket. Look at Jerry Jones. He's just throwing money.
Jerry Jones. Look at Mark Davis. The bull cut himself, and you see him in there celebrating. No one knows who the Chargers owner is. He doesn't even, does he go to the games?
Spanos, you're trash. Sell the team. I've been saying Spanos, sell the team forever.
Garage Goons, owners of.
Oh my God! You know what? There was an interview. It was very interesting with LaDainian Tomlinson, and he said and I quote, this is him going to the Jets. I don't quote. This is a paraphrase. I'm going to butcher it if I try to quote. But when he still coming off a respectable season, like 1,100 yards and like 6 touchdowns, but he was a big contract. The Jets were just trying to sell tickets.
Jets.
The Jets pick him up, right? After he retires, he talks about his transition from the Chargers to the Jets, and he said he felt like he went 20 years into the future with the stuff the Jets offered with their medical training staff, with all the technology. This is the Jets. This isn't like
Spanos.
The Cowboys. Spanos, you bum. Put some money in the team. You're renting. Listen, you're living in someone else's house, and I get it. It's rent-free till 2022 or whatever it is. But listen, guy, throw some money around. See what happens. You might get some good results. That's why we can't stay healthy for a full year. Keenan Allen's always dropping like a fly.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa, all these guys, your star players
Good
are always
Lord.
dropping down. You can't keep – oh, what do you tell them? Take some aspirin
LT.
and fucking walk it off?
LT, and you couldn't pull a Super Bowl with him because of you.
Yeah.
Because of you.
LT didn't go to the Cowboys. He went to the Jets and said it was a
The
crazy
Jets.
upgrade. The Jets? The Jets? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't get us
we're
going.
ranting.
Although we're both AFC West guys,
Yeah.
so he's had John on here, who's an AFC West Chiefs.
Chiefs guy, yeah, well.
He's AFC West, the San Diego or now LA Chargers. Previously, where was San Diego prior to that?
What do you mean?
The Chargers, where did they come from?
Yeah, they were.
Probably
They're actually one of the original 15 or whatever it was AFC teams, and they started in San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah, but the whole thing with NWA happened, and then the big Raider culture kind of permeated throughout LA. San Diego is basically just LA South, and that's kind of hard to. I mean, historically, San Diego teams don't do
I don't
that.
want to.
The Clippers came from
disgrace
San
Diego like that. Not the team, but
It's a
the city. I love.
I do
San
too,
Diego,
but
the
it's a
city.
sleepy town.
It's
a sleep. Oh yeah,
It's a college town.
It's
Any good part of San Diego is a college town.
right, but it's like oh, everything's so nice. It's easy. I just want to chill. It's like I went to.
College.
So I grew up going down to San Diego County every summer with my family, surfing and everything, and then I spent the summer when I thought I knew what I was doing at 18 in Santa Barbara. Same culture. It's just laid back, don't care, everything's nice, don't worry about it. That's why their baseball team.
San Diego's a little more metro. Or...
It's maybe a little bit more metro, but I'm just saying culture-wise, like it's not intense. LA, man, you got people swerving around each other, cussing out the window.
LA's the worst city. You don't go to LA to hang out unless you're going to a bar.
You got to know somebody. Don't come here unless you have a plan. It's really not all it's cracked up to be. But but that's why
is where you go anywhere. But you're not walking around. That's the thing. You're not walking around LA. You have to be mobile. You have to be in a car the whole night. San Diego, you could go to one place, get dropped off by an Uber, and go to 100 different bars. LA, you're going to 1 to 2 different bars, or you're going to a whole new place.
But that's my thing. It's like the whole, just listening to like sports stations locally here in LA, right? Guys call in there every week. They're like, "Get David Roberts out of here! I'm gonna choke him if I see him."
I love
every
David
year.
Roberts.
Well, that's fine, but that's how passionate. And the Lakers are like, if the Lakers are doing bad, the fans are like, Kobe wouldn't stand for this. This is awful. And then San Diego is like, hey, the Padres, we might make playoffs this year. If we don't, it's cool. That's why their baseball team does so good. Football, you can't have that kind of attitude. It's not like, we'll see sport. It's inherent violence.
It's almost raw football.
Yeah.
The thing is that what NFL is so what some people's argument would be is that college football is more raw and more intense because they're not playing for money. They're having to prove themselves still. Whereas in the NFL, maybe you could coerce or plan something where you don't, like what keeps me from telling the DB on the other side of me, like, hey, you let me go for 90 and a touchdown. I let you get a interception or 2.
Yeah, I think what correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're trying to get at is that, like, in college football, there's more passion behind the fandom.
And maybe it's more orchestrated or more of a performance in the NFL.
Oh,
Which I buy
see.
into because I'm a fan of the NFL and not so much college.
Yeah, I think it's that, but from a fan base perspective, right, where the dollars are coming from, I think the best fan bases, like Cleveland's been awful for years, but the Dog Pound is legendary because it's a bunch of pissed off.
Pretty empty a lot of the time, though. Aside from the Dog Pound.
Well, okay, fine, but I'm just saying, like, the passion is there. They have real home games.
Yeah,
San Diego. I've been to San Diego Chargers games in San Diego, even when they were still in San Diego. 4 home games a year, maybe. Anytime they play the Raiders, definitely away game. Anytime they play the Chiefs,
Raiders,
Chiefs 50-50, Broncos 75-20 in favor of the Broncos. It's just like we can't win out here, man. You guys gotta build an identity and do something, man, and Spanos sell the team. But before we get too before we go way off in the weeds out here.
Tag. Spanos sell the team.
Spanos sell the team. Before we get off way out in the weeds out here, who is, in your opinion, sleeper pick, deep sleeper pick that you're thinking about in fantasy?
There's something more, Moore, which he was a part of my team from Arizona, and he went about 6 for 8 for 65 yards or so. But then also the other person I shouted out and told people was
you like Moore better than Christian Kirk, because Christian Kirk had a
well.
little
That's
game
the
as well.
issue is that Christian Kirk. That's deep sleeper. That's why I like Armand St. Brown.
Oh yeah, St. Brown looks good
out of USC to the Detroit Lions. Even though I have Tyrell Williams that came from the Chargers, and then also the one I'm building up to here is Brian Edwards from the Chargers
from the
Raiders that I had been saying, and what do you know? There's Ruggs.
He looks good.
And then
Ruggs
what happens? Fourth quarter, where do they go? Edwards basically had him the game-winning touchdown that ended up not being a touchdown. That was. The fact that the Raiders pulled that one off, Andrew sent me my $500 because within the next 2 years, if the Raiders can close out a game and it not even like they had every opportunity.
Here we go.
They had every opportunity to lose that game to a very hungry Baltimore Ravens team with Lamar Jackson, who needs to come out and prove that he can beat you know what? Not that there's a. Anyway, can't beat Derek Carr.
Listen, guys, let's just ignore the fact that through 7 years in the NFL, Derek Carr was the second worst quarterback in all time in all major statistics and wins, behind his brother only. So
in wins.
Okay.
But what about like completion percentage?
Listen, man, I get it. I was a Phillip Rivers fan. I've seen this movie before.
I'm not a Derek Carr fan.
You fall in love with him when he gets
sharp.
He
looked sharp last night.
He looks great right now.
He looked sharp.
Listen, guys,
Phillip Rivers is throwing lobs.
Well,
Phillip Rivers is shot-putting. Derek Carr looked like a young
I don't care how he looks. I'm talking about getting
I am gonna take some credit for Tom Brady as a Raiders fan, because if it were not for the tuck rule, which if you ever want to know that the tuck rule was the most
been robbed at some point.
Look at the Justin Herbert fumble where his hands already going.
How do you think
he looked like Phillip Rivers at release point. The ball got swatted from behind, and they called that a fumble.
Yeah, that was trash.
The tuck
how do you think Saints fans felt when the safety comes over the middle from the Rams and blasts Michael Thomas in the open field and the ref swallowed his flag, man? Slaughter's whistle.
LA deserves money, and that's what the
Hey,
refs are
well,
saying.
you know, they
there.
still lost in the most
Nobody
boring Super
cares
Bowl
about
ever.
Louisiana making money. They're fine with them getting hit with Katrina and this
Oh,
and that.
wow.
No, I'm talking about owners in the NFL. They're fine with the sob story there and just.
Well, they did win. They did win a
Let's
couple
see
years
if they
after.
can overcome it. Let's keep them, this and that. But no, they don't want to see them win. LA needs to win. Bring some money to the Chargers. Bring some money to the Rams.
Yeah, they don't. Nobody cares about the Chargers, man. That's the tough reality of it. I mean, we have the worst fan base in
that's
sports.
why they're hanging on coattails.
Worst,
because
absolutely. Hey,
no marketing.
Listen, but it can be done because guess what? The Clippers are living, walking proof.
Yeah,
they don't have an LA fan base as far as like in comparison to anything else, but they said, you know what? We're gonna stop trying to be the Lakers. We're gonna stop trying to be the glitz and glam. We're gonna be the blue collar team. You only have $20 in your pocket. Here, come in, watch the game. You guys want to have fun. You guys want to actually meet the players. You guys want to have players that we force to go out in the public and meet you, even if they're weirdos like Kawhi Leonard. Hey, we're gonna make them go out there and interact. Everyone, I mean, they're more accessible. More people can go see them. So now they have this little tiny stronghold. It's really cute, but at least it exists. The Chargers, man, we don't have shit. We have a weak fan base, fair weather fans. Some seasons, everyone's like, oh, I was a Junior Seau guy, and I've been here since, Ryan Leaf. And then all of a sudden they fade into the distance when we have a terrible season. So, Spanos all the team.
Spanos.
Yeah, Spanos all the team. So you want to hear my deep sleeper? This is deep sleep. This is REM sleep, deep sleep, guys. He didn't even play. Not one snap. But guys, hear me out. Boston Scott on the Philadelphia Eagles didn't take a single snap. But I don't know what's up with that. The Eagles, guys, everyone slept on him because no one wants to buy him with Jalen Hurts. I believe it, man. I believe the hype.
If you're half black, half white, they don't want you unless you're the guy for the Kansas City Chiefs. So
there's definitely some racial stuff going on.
And now I'm looking at Jalen Hurts make every throw and also be sort of mobile, and they're like, "Oh, he's no good." And I'm like,
he's a good football player, but he's not a quarterback. All the same stuff they say when they're trying to not to sound like racist, but they really are. He's a baller, man. But here's the thing: the O-line is trash, and the defense is great at stopping the run, awful at stopping the pass. So what's going to happen, in my opinion, is Jalen Hurts is going to win 8-9 games.
17 game season.
Yeah, right around 500, 8 or 9 games. He's going to win them by playing hero ball the way that Russell Wilson we saw did with a trash O-line a couple years ago. But they're not going to be able – I mean, guys, they played the Texans, so let's relax on the fact that,
No. The Texans played the Jaguars.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Look it up. Who do they play?
Philadelphia played. I do not recall, but I know.
Look it up.
All right.
I don't. My phone's on the
Siri,
fritz, guy.
who did Philadelphia Eagles play this week? Sometimes Siri is.
Here we go, guys. This is a free Apple ad on the most trash show on.
Hold on. This is.
Oh, Apple, you're fucking up.
This is next week. Siri, Siri, week 1, Eagles. Atlanta Falcons.
Another trash team, Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so they're not going to play the Falcons every week, guys. So I think
blew them up by 30 points. They won.
Matt
Ryan's supposed to be going into his farewell season.
Yeah, no,
he's not dropping a 61-point burger like Kobe did.
Listen, guys, Matt Ryan's farewell season should have been the year they shit the bed against the Pats in the Super Bowl. I mean,
hang your head and walk away.
It's been a steady kamikaze since then, man. Just blow that thing up, man. That thing stinks. Mm-hmm. It's a dumpster fire over there. Mm-hmm. So my theory is with Boston Scott is they're not going to have the luxury of being able to run the ball 20 times a game. I think the game script will dictate that they're getting a lot of shootouts this year. And historically, I know the rookie looked good. I can't remember.
They're in the NFC East.
Yeah, I know.
They got Jalen Rager is the second year. First year is somebody I don't know either.
The kid that caught like 5-6 passes in the game. Gosh, I wish I had my phone. This is terrible, guys. Most trash podcasts on YouTube. Not even. Yeah, there you go.
Stan Kroenke, not Stan Kroenke.
Spano the team. Yeah, but Boston Scott's a really good ball catcher. Very good scat back.
You're all about ball catchers.
Yes, I am. Because
Darrell Henderson, shout out.
Yeah, because they're universally, you can use them no matter what. Like, for example, no matter what is going on in the game, if you have Alvin Kamara, for example, you still have a chance to get points. If you have Derrick Henry and the Titans are down by 20, sorry, bro. You're just
like this week.
That's exactly. Like, too bad, so sad. There's nothing he can do.
That's maybe that may regress this year. Do you think, Derrick Henry, or what do you think?
Man, that's tough. Yeah, because
me, I was a big time Derrick Henry basher the first 3 years or so, and then those first 2 years, I probably had a chance to take him somewhere in the fantasy football draft that was favorable, and I always thought that he was a worse Latavius Murray. And I might be wrong now, but I definitely am wrong. But also,
I always thought he was good, and I never understood why when Latavius was there, why they would sub him in. He would average like 5 yards a carry, and then they give him like 2 plays and get him off the field. But now I understand because he's not a good ball catcher.
I'm a Latavius Murray from the Raiders.
I'm thinking of DeMarco Murray. I'm thinking of DeMarco when he was on the team.
DeMarco came from the Cowboys.
He started in front of Henry for like 2 years.
Yeah. Anyway, since we were saying Latavius Murray, I feel like tried to copy when Le'Veon Bell was really good, and Le'Veon Bell could stand up straight, almost like he was a quarterback, and survey the.
Yeah, he would stop in the backfield.
Line,
yeah, he would stop
almost like the quarterback does down the field, and he could go. And I felt like Le'Veon Bell Latavius Murray tried to be that rather than what he is, like a 6'3", 6'4", 230-pound back that
just
should be running
lower
like
your
Derrick
shoulder.
Henry.
Yeah.
But he got a lot better after he left the Raiders.
Yeah, so I think to answer your question originally, I think he does regress. But I mean, it's kind of hard to.
Is that talent or situational?
I think it's situational because I think Tannehill surprised everyone last year. I wrote him off a couple years ago when I saw the Titans were starting him. Yeah, I was there's a 4-win team right there. Next thing you know, he looks like Alex Smith 2.0. Like I don't even want to call him a game manager because Luke Walton. Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to call him a game manager. He just looked like a solid starting quarterback. Like Tannehill to me.
He does. He has some zip. He's probably if you're gonna put Derek Carr in tier 1 with Tom Brady,
God.
Then you're probably gonna put Tannehill on like the wannabe Derek Carr.
Listen, if you guys watched week 1 and fell for the Derek Carr show, just keep watching because it's a very sad ending. It's the same movie every year.
This is what I've
Raiders fans last year. Remember when you guys made that 4-game winning streak in the middle of the season? We're gonna do it.
I told them leave Mariota once Mariota went in. But so Derek Carr is very like he's on the sideline. You see him like, hey, John Gruden, did I do good on the checkdowns? Like John Gruden's there in his head until the 14 seconds is gone. Like, all right, look at the safeties collapsing, blah, blah, blah. This is who you're going to throw it to. And Derek Carr's like, yes, sir. The thing is, Derek Carr ad-libbed a little bit yesterday. He had some zip on the ball, and those little fadeaway jumpers that he was throwing were caught rather than picked off. So hopefully we're seeing the, like, silly little mistakes where he's like, I'm going to show off and do something good, and then he messes it up. Let's see if he's turning the corner there and making some good ad-libs like a refined Aaron Rodgers or a younger Tom Brady.
God. Guys, all right, yeah, mark it down. Max says Derek Carr, young Aaron Rodgers, or a refined
Aaron Rodgers, young Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah, Tom Brady. All right, so ignore all of history and the 500 record and the one playoff appearance where he shit the bed as well. Ignore all of it. and
He had a
just be a
possible
prisoner
Super
of the
Bowl
moment.
run until he
Listen,
broke
it's
his
week
leg.
one. You know what I saw when I watched that game? I saw Derek Carr stay within himself because in the past, when he's in big games, he gets happy feet. He starts getting excited. He stayed within himself. I have to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But guess what? This is the main takeaway I saw.
Who's one of the most explosive, top 3 explosive quarterbacks in the league? Give me your top 3 explosive quarterbacks. Most explosive, game-changing quarterbacks. Top 3.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray.
Top 5.
Okay, then after that you got Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, really? You're gonna put Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers over?
Yeah, the past two
Lamar
guys.
Jackson. Take a step back there. Take a step back.
Well, you put me on the
Lamar
spot.
Jackson, you might be able to put above Kyler Murray because he's been to the playoffs twice. Kyler Murray hasn't been or lost in the first round.
I'm not taking Kyler out of there. If I'm subbing anyone out, it's going to be explosive. That's a loose term, but if I'm going off of what I think of when I think of
game changing.
It's still got to be Russell Wilson because I've seen him do things with a trash squad around him that nobody else would be able to.
He lost an inlosable Super Bowl by throwing an interception on the 1 yard
when he was in his second year, man.
No. That was after he had already won a Super Bowl the year prior to that.
Here we go. Hey guys, hot take: Russell Wilson's overrated and Derek Carr's a young Tom
Russell
Brady.
Wilson. I'm a big believer in Russell Wilson, but he should have.
Okay, so Lamar is arguably tough. So if you're gonna go explosive athlete wise, game changers, that's hard to me. It's still
Patrick Mahomes is number 1.
Oh,
I guess Tom Brady has to be 2 because he's Tom Brady. I know you don't want to say that because he's not mobile. That's why I changed the game changing, but the most game changing.
Okay, well you keep moving the goalposts over
unless
here,
you want to talk Eli Manning, that could be because
bro.
I'm just saying.
We're getting in the weeds here. Okay, so yeah, Lamar is up there. I would say it's a quality win. I saw Derek Carr stay within himself, but the number one thing I took away from that game is that Waller is unguardable. They tried safeties on him. Yeah, maybe not. They try to put safeties on him. He was too big for him. They try to put linebackers on him. They were too slow. Darren Waller, guys, I had last year, if you asked me, I would tell you Kittle, Kelsey, Waller. This year, I'm telling you Waller, Kittle, Kelsey. Waller, to me, is
Travis Kelsey that had 2 touchdowns and 80 yards.
Yeah. Waller is probably okay. So I have to be objective here. If we're talking about the full responsibility of a tight end, Waller is not top 3 because he's not a blocker. But if we're talking about catching ability, making plays, making guys change their defenses, they have to game plan. Their D coordinators are staying up at night. Darren Waller is absolutely the most dangerous tight end in the game right now. He reminds me of Jimmy Graham on the Saints. That's
what are we ranking them 1, 2, 3 in though? Kelsey, Kittle.
Okay, so it depends what you want because
you put Waller first.
I did.
So what is Waller first?
I did for receiving ability and as a D coordinator, you have to game plan around him. If we're talking about if I'm a head coach and I want a tight end that does it all, maybe not Waller because I don't like him for blocking. But if we're just talking about tight ends that as a receiving guy, he is different, guys. Waller, pure receiver. I mean, we're talking Jimmy Graham. We're talking young Antonio Gates level guys where there's no good person to put on him. You put a safety, he's going to body him up. You put a linebacker, he's going to burn him. This guy is a freak. He runs like a receiver. If you watch Waller, one thing, okay, so Kelsey, right? Kelsey has great top speed. And Kelsey's very good with his hands. If you watch Kelsey off the line, he when guys try to jam him, he's really good at fighting the hands. Kittle, when you watch him, he runs really crispy routes.
Yeah.
He can turn on a dime.
Yeah.
Waller, on the other hand, What Waller can do is adjust to the ball while it's in the air. When it's in the air, he's so athletic, he can go up and get it even when it's not the greatest ball. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Derek Carr, but I will say there was a couple throws I saw in that game where I didn't say, "Wow, what a throw by Derek Carr." I said, "Holy shit. I need to start looking at Waller differently now." Waller's that good. Honestly, guys,
He's
if you're
that guy.
yeah. He is good. Raiders fans, if there's one guy that you should totally kill, John Gruden, if he does some John Gruden-y things and gets rid of him because he's smarter than everyone in the room, and it's Waller, that's when you need to kill John Gruden, guys. Waller needs to be a Raider for the rest of his career, pay him whatever he wants. He is a game changer. He's a true game changer, and I think he's the future of that franchise. If they build around him the way that the Saints built around Jimmy Graham, the way that
after Derek Carr, he is the fit.
Oh Lord, yeah, no, get rid of Derek Carr, guys. You don't.
I'm fine with getting rid of Derek Carr.
Hold on to Waller for dear life, man. That guy is. I'm a Chargers fan, man, so I know a good tight end.
So let's tell you, here's smartest person in the room. Gruden is when he'll tell you that Darren Waller came off of the Ravens practice squad, I believe.
Oh,
he got cut.
Gruden with the eagle eye scouted him out
of a grocery store.
Oh wow!
Waller was bagging groceries. I'm not joking.
Wasn't.
Yes. You don't know that.
And Gruden told that story that way.
So this is how
I guarantee you
Gruden showed up. He had a bag of kettle corn, and he goes, popcorn, and Waller goes, I'll bag it, and he nails it. Goes, welcome to tight end one territory, my friend.
My gosh, that sounds like a Gruden story.
That is.
And Gruden believes it when he tells it too. That's what I love about Gruden. When he's lying into the camera, he believes every goddamn word he's saying. Oh yeah. Nathan Peterman. I really like
Peterman is our third string.
Yikes, bro. And he said, well, hey, I really like what I've seen in the kid. I don't know. I only remember the Nathan Peterson that threw like 5 picks. Too. Mariota is.
I don't know how Mariota maybe the best backup in the league. As a backup.
Well, let's talk about this. In my opinion, outside of Andy Dalton and whatever they got going on in the Texans, have you ever remembered a time?
Andy Dalton's. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you remember a time where more teams had a legitimate quarterback? Like, you have to actually sift through the league and be like, I mean, there's levels, obviously. Not everyone's Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, whatever. But you have to sift and find bad quarterbacks. It seems like up until this year, every year a team's had like an absolute, like, what is this dude doing on the team? Curtis Painter on the Colts. Nathan Peterman on the Bills. The list goes on. Whatever they were doing with Blaine Gabbert over there in the 49ers. If you look down every single team and then you factor in the rookies that are going to start, with the Niners, it's already happening with the Jets. When Fields takes over on the Bears, guys, Bears, sit tight. I know Nagy's a total moron. When Fields comes, watch out, because you guys have a really good squad that I think is built to win. You have a solid running back. You have a good receiving core.
Nagy needs to
get out of there, bro.
Put Fields in and save your job.
I don't know why.
Or Dalton, but go be the third string in the Raiders.
Dalton, sit your ass down in the hard pine, boy. It's time.
Or back up in New England, maybe, if you can.
Something
there.
And the kid in New England looks good too.
Yeah, I like Mac Jones.
Mac Jones looks very New Englandy. I don't know if that's a word.
Polished.
Yeah, very boring and steady, like an old Toyota truck. Just works, It just like there's nothing sexy about it. It turns on every time, gets you where you need to go, and it looks very early Brady-esque. Just no mistakes, right? Stay the course, run the offense, well-oiled machine. He looks like he's already integrated in that New England culture over there.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I want to curtail off of your point about how great all of the starting quarterbacks in the league are this year.
It's never been like this in the history
ever.
There's always been some garbage somewhere. I mean, Washington now, but even before Fitzy got hurt, say what you want about Fitzy, guys. He was this close, and I know we're talking, he could have, would have, should have stuff, but he almost took the Jets to playoffs. The Jets, guys. The Jets in the New England division, when Brady's in his prime, he got a nice little contract because he took over the hill Brandon Marshall and white boy Eric Decker that couldn't cut it in Denver or whatever he came from. And he did some stuff. And then he goes over to Jameis Winston, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, makes some noise. He has one bad game, and they throw. My boy never got a shot. I love the beard from Harvard. I'm a big Fitzy fan. I've always been. I just feel like he never got a fair shake. And even him, if you want to make an argument, in my opinion, he's a starting level quarterback. I'm not going to go out of control here, but he is an NFL starting level quarterback. He gets hurt, so maybe Washington's one more team because I forget homeboy's name. Which
Heineke.
Heineke, thank you. Strong arm guy, but he didn't. He looked, like a backup to me.
Yeah, Fitzgerald is so basically. This is where not having a phone is gonna hurt me as well. Is they get a lot of like those 40-year-old guys that are retired and went on to Sunday morning ESPN. And, hey, you want to come be the backup for Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
I think that Kyler Murray's backup might be one of those guys. And so anyway, Fitzgerald is the equivalent of that, but a go-getter. He's 34. He's got
He just gets them dirty every time.
But he's not a starter is what I'm saying. Is that he's a backup. Disagree. He's a backup. They gave him a chance this year in Washington, and look what happened.
Well, he gets injured. I mean, guys get hurt, but even in Miami, he had them above 500. They put Tua in, and then they're out of playoffs. They just took him out for no reason. In week 4 or 5, Fitzy had that team going.
Because what were they? You think they were going to win the Super Bowl with Fitzgerald?
No, what you do though, you bring the kid along. You give the old seasoned veteran that's not killing you, by the way. You get them as much run as possible. You have the kids sit. I get it when a lot of these franchises.
How much did they lose out on the playoffs by one game?
Yeah, but they were first in division.
And both
when Fitzy was there.
Tua and Fitz played in that last game, I believe. So it's
well,
if they were going to make it and have a chance at anything, that's what it was going to be.
Nah, I don't know.
They weren't going to win the division.
I just never feel like he got a fair shake. I mean, he's always playing for terrible franchises. He's always got some young quarterback breathing down his neck.
When did he start playing?
He's played for the Texans when they had nobody.
When was his first game? How old was he?
Oh, I don't even know,
27 man. 27 probably?
Yeah.
Because he's 35.
I want to say he started on the Bills behind Trent Edwards
I think
15 years
that
ago or
sounds
something
right.
like that. And then, by the way, he won that job. He's right. If he's not a backup, guys, Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the guy you want on your team as a backup because half the fans, if they see a bad game by your starting quarterback, are going to be cheering for Fitzy because he can. Yeah, he can make some stuff happen.
He can win a game.
He can win a few games, man. He just never gets the run, man. He never gets
a few games.
He
can't win the Super Bowl.
He had a year and a half to prove it in the Jets.
You have to win the Super Bowl.
Handing the ball off to Bilal Powell and passing it to old man Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. I don't know. I just feel like he never got a shake.
The Jags make it all the way to the championship game with Bortles at the quarterback and
yeah.
And now they've fallen back to obscurity, and they're the same thing as always.
Let's remember that Jags team had top 3 rusher Leonard Fournette. They had the A.J. Bouye and Jalen Ramsey. At the time, the 2 best corners in the league. And then their nickname was Saxonville. So all Blake Bortles had to do was not mess it up. Yeah, just, so... That was one of those weird teams where it was they were so good at everything else. It kind of reminds me of the Jared Goff Rams where he just got to pass the ball off to Todd Gurley, and then his defense was so good that he just womped his way all the way to the Super Bowl. Womp womp. I know he had a couple big games, but then you see what that is now.
Yeah, Jared Goff. I guess that parallels to me. Cam Newton was the same thing in the Super Bowl. When he went against Denver, that doesn't seem the same to you as New England.
No, I don't think that Ron Rivera. I think he's a very good coach, but I think he's a very defensive-minded coach, and I think that Ron Rivera didn't really know what to do with Cam because
Underutilized Cam Newton
yeah,
in his prime.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you played football, so that's your.
played is a strong word, but yeah, I was
You
on.
were
a team
on
in
the
high
team.
school.
You played on a team in high school football and tried out for junior college at least. And anyway, so from my perspective, analyzing a quarterback is how does the ball come out of their hand. So every time that I watch the first game of the season, I'll see Tom Brady warming up, and I just see the ball zipping out.
Yeah,
like some snap to it. And I didn't see that from someone like Derek Carr for the past 3-4 years since his leg injury when they had a good run. Anyway, I saw it in Derek Carr last night,
Oh, boy.
but I don't see it in Cam Newton. When Cam Newton throws it now, if he does try and zip it, it is a windup. It's like a telegraphed punch in boxing. It's a windup, and it comes out wobbling. And then it's like, even if it does hit the guy in the hands, it's like it's a knuckleball. Who knows?
Well, I
Cam
mean,
Newton does not have.
he had a 400-yard game for the Patriots, and he was looking real good. He got COVID.
Did he throw a lot of shovel passes?
He no, he ran, he threw, he looked good. He got COVID. He had lasting results, and he refused to get the vaccine, and then it kind of turned into what it turned into. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to this year. Just overall, I think that it's going to be the best offensive football we've ever seen. I think all the quarterbacks, with the exception of one or two, are looking like this could be like, you remember the LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade class in 03?
Yeah.
I think that could be what this is with quarterbacks, with these rookies coming in.
I think when
Mac
you said
Jones,
that originally,
yeah.
even accounting for all the players, probably, even as far as ETN, who's not going to play this year.
Yeah,
I would say that I liked when you said that originally, that this will be like the 03 class, point guard through center. There's going to be some players that are hanging around for a long time.
Yeah. Well, Sparky, thanks for bombarding the show, guys. This is the dog of the most trash show on YouTube. Any final thoughts? Any final words of advice besides Derek Carr is the truth, the future, and the light? And
yes, don't let your players get injured in fantasy football, and if they do, send your condolences and whatever is your primary way of sending good vibes, because I didn't suffer many injuries last year except for Odell Beckham Jr. and whatever. So that's how I won.
Deep, guys. Write that down. I don't know what he just said, but it sounded really good to me. So thanks for watching. Most Trash Show on YouTube, and we're out of here.